We apologize for the technical difficulties. We are back here underway just to get you caught up to speed. We've only missed 3 outs or so. We're in the bottom half of the first inning. The Pack looking for their 13th consecutive win. They're taking on the Menlo Park Legends, second of a 3-game set. The Pack went down 1-2-3 in the top half, and now Hunter Durow giving them the lead in the bottom half. You see one pitch, you see one run, and that's how hot this Packers offense has been as of late. So the Pack up 1-0. One pitch into the bottom half of the first. Yesterday it was Durow's San Jose State teammate in Robbie Hamchuk who had the leadoff shot. And this time it's Durow, the first time you guys see a pitch tonight. It's an RBI extra base hit for him. So Healdsburg up 1-0. I mentioned the red-hot offense from the Packers. They've been excellent as of late. 18 runs back on Monday. They're averaging 11 runs over their past 9 games. Sharpio at the plate, big swing and a miss. So the Packers lineup: Hamchuk, Bravo, Durow, Sharpio, Brett Auer, who we saw make his Packer debut yesterday, hit that home run in the 6th. Kramer, Nickens, Schussler, and Sanders. And from left to right in the outfield is Friedberg, Thompson, Anderson. Sharply hit over to the shortstop. That will score another run. It's an RBI ground out for Sharpio, and the score now 2-0. Friedberg, Thompson, Anderson from left to right in the outfield. Farr, Nunez, Zertucci, and Lee in the infield, and then Frois behind the plate. Malcolm Sue, the right-hander out of Wesleyan University, on the hill for the Menlo Park Legends. Ivan Brett Auer at the plate. From Olathe, Kansas, I mentioned yesterday he attended St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Unbeknownst to me, there's not just one in Florida, also one in Overland Park, Kansas, which is the St. Thomas Aquinas he went to, so just to clarify that. Brett Auer making his presence felt in the Packers lineup for the first time this summer yesterday. 2 for 5, his first Packer hit. It was a 2-run shot in that 6th inning. I mentioned it a lot yesterday. You have to give credit to Menlo Park starter Mickey Radanovich yesterday. In 5 strong innings, he came out into the 6th. Only one pitcher against the Packers this summer has even recorded 1 out in the 6th inning. He was unable to record an out, and the floodgates opened once he came out. He gave up the first pitch he saw to Hamchuk, a solo shot, and Brett Auer jumped on the new pitcher, Eric Murphy, in relief for the right-hander Radanovich back in the 6th inning yesterday, the first hitter he faced. 5 strong innings from Radanovich, but the Pack put up 3 in the 6th and a 5 spot in the 7th to close out that 9-0 victory, and we'll get to the pitching side in the top half of the second. The Pack have not allowed a hit in the past 8 innings. And we'll head to the top of the second. The Pack, that's out number 2. My apologies. Got a little ahead of myself there. And Durow moves to 3rd on the ground out. Joey Kramer at the plate. Kramer 2 for 4 with a double yesterday. First pitch he sees flies it out to left field, hooking foul. The extra base hit yesterday. He started to find his groove at the plate. The average now up to 273. High watermark of the summer for him. If you were unable to join us yesterday, he appeared in his first game since late June after suffering a pinky injury. Back in the lineup, and he's doing what he does best, producing hits and RBIs. Another run for the Pack. They're wasting no time tonight. Back-to-back contests with an extra base hit for Kramer, and it's now 3-0 Healdsburg here in the first. So the Pack, who had 4 doubles yesterday, already with 2 here in the first. A 3 spot in the first. That's the second most runs they put up in the first frame this summer. with 5 being the record coming just last week. And the pitch, ripped on the ground, backhanded by the shortstop Nanez, throws the first, and a nice pick by Lee in time. But the damage has been done. 3 runs on 2 hits, highlighted by a couple of extra base hits from Kramer and Duro. And we head to the second. It's 3-0 Pack on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
Runs to lead the Tigers over the Nationals. 1909, Ty Cobb, 2 inside the park home runs. Leading off the top of the third, second inning for the Legends.
We head to the top of the second inning. We'll quickly give you the Legends lineup after unfortunately missing the top half of the first due to technical difficulties. Friedberg, Lee, Frois, Zertucci, who is at the plate, Thompson, Tolbert, Farr, Anderson, and Nanez round out the Menlo Park Legends lineup. The right-hander Mark Guerin on the hill. Strong first half here in the summer, ripped foul. He last appeared on July 4th, got the start against the Knicks. 5 innings, only gave up a pair of hits and a pair of runs, 4 strikeouts and 3 walks. Zertucci, currently in the portal after attending William & Mary last spring. Guerin set down the side in the top half of the first, 3 strikeouts. As I mentioned in the bottom half of the first, that's now 8 hitless innings dating back to the 3rd inning yesterday for the Pack. Swing and a miss. Guerin's game plan in the past is, as he described it, quote, complete domination with the fastball. We've seen the fastball heavily used in that first inning. So far here in the second, and the pitch runs outside 2-2. Comes in with the fastball, slider, and the change. It's about 90-91 on that fastball. 2-2. That misses outside. Packers pitching has been nothing short of lights out as of late. No matter how you slice it, it's been pretty hard if you're an opponent right now to get a hit off of them. And Zertucci will take that walk. Now Nick Thompson at the plate. The Pack had 17 strikeouts on Monday. That was 1 off their season high. And going back to yesterday, what makes it all the more impressive, that was 7 pitchers that combined to give up only 1 hit. And that 1 hit coming from the starter and Chris Stamos. Or excuse me, 6 pitchers that combined to give up 1 hit, tying a season high. Popped up in foul territory, and Brettauer makes the catch for out number 1.
Up at University of Jamestown University, PH number 24, Alex Tolbert.
Alex Tolbert now at the plate. College, now at Jamestown University. And just to clarify, that Jamestown University is in North Dakota, not the Jamestown, Virginia you may be thinking of. Throw back to first, not in time. Schuessler with a nice play, nearly had him. Guerin has made 3 starts this summer, 2-0 with 3.68 ERA. 17 strikeouts to 7 walks coming into tonight. Again, just getting you caught up, the Pack looking for their 13th consecutive win. We saw them start the season with 18 in a row, and they remain perfect at home at 21-0. And the pitch, waved at and missed. That's 4 punch-outs for the right-hander Guerin. 2 down here in the top of the second. Ryan Farr at the plate. From Stevenson Ranch, California. Farr 0 for 3 yesterday. He was on deck when the game ended. Flied out to left field, playable for Nickens, he makes the catch. And quickly we'll give you the fielding alignment. Nickens, Hamchuk, Bravo from left to right in the outfield. Kramer, Sanders, Duro, Brett Auer in the infield. Schuessler behind the plate. Of course, Guerin on the mound. We'll be right back for the bottom half of the second on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
Cajun and Creole ingredients, Gulf Coast seafood, and local produce to create their dishes. Our featured sponsor tonight, the Parish Cafe. The bottom of the second inning for the Prune Packers, the University of Texas, catcher number 8, Kimball Schuessler.
We add to the bottom half of the second inning. It's 8-9-1 due up for Healdsburg. Schuessler, Sanders, and Hamchuk. So the Pack with 3 in the bottom half of the first. Just to clarify, they had that 5-run outburst, which is the most runs they've scored in an inning back on Monday. So that was this week. The offense staying hot. 11 runs over their past 10 games. 7 of those games being CCL matchups, again, 11 runs per game over their past 10. Schuessler, who is swinging a hot bat recently with the walk. He's hitting .385 over his past 8 games. A walk tonight, and that brings up Sanders. And Malcolm Sue's day is done just like that. We saw yesterday what makes it all the more impressive. Radanovic went 5 innings, and this time Sue only recording 3 outs. We'll be right back for a pitching change. It's 3-0 Pack on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
To put 2-foot screens to be installed inside all foul poles to prevent future arguments. These screens inside foul poles, 1939, this day in baseball history. Taking a pitch, number 33, Derek Murphy, Cal State University East Bay. You have to receive a ticket. Remember the drawing, Parish Cafe, raffle drawing, bottom of the 5th inning. Hang on to those tickets. The drawing will be the bottom of the 5th. If you haven't got one, head down the front gate. And once again, Travis Sanders.
We're back here for the bottom half of the 2nd inning. A quick hook for the right-hander, Sue. He lasted all of 1 inning. The complete opposite of yesterday, after the right-hander Radanovic had a chance to become only the 2nd pitcher against Sealsburg to get 1 out in the 6th inning. This may be the shortest start of any opposing starter against the Pack this summer. Sue is responsible for the runner at first, Sanders at the plate. Sanders last appeared on Monday. He went 1 for 4 and recorded his first hit in 9 days. He's really the only one in this lineup that has been struggling as of late. The 14th round draft pick out of the Red Sox back in 2022 takes a strike, according to TrackMan, that missed outside, and the count now 2-1. Sanders also struck out twice, scored a run, drew a walk, and was caught stealing on Monday. Inside, look out. In on the hands, and the count now 3-1. Packers lead 3-0 after a pair of RBI doubles and an RBI ground out in the first. Schuessler on first to begin the 2nd. In the dirt, gets away. That's a walk for Sanders. And back-to-back walks from Menlo Park pitching. New pitcher is Derek Murphy, who we saw last night. Murphy came on in relief for Radanovic, and the very first batter he faced was Bredauer, who teed off on him for a 2-run shot. He went 1 inning, gave up 3 hits, a pair of runs, a walk and a strikeout over 27 pitches. He's gone as far as into the 5th inning. That came back against the Stompers in CCL play back on June 24th. He's pitched 1 other time against CCL opponents. That was back on July 1st. Only recorded 4 outs. 0-1 swing and a miss. Sanders on first. Schuessler moves to 2nd after the walk. Robbie Hamchuk at the plate. 2nd in the CCL with 39 hits in league play. Of course, this is a non-league game, a non-league series. Poked foul right behind the plate. 2 for 3 with a solo shot on the first pitch the Packers saw yesterday. Also have an RBI single to cap off that 9-0 victory. Chance for the Packers to put this one away early. Exit Sue, enter the right-hander Murphy. 0-2. Ripped into center field. That's down for a hit. 1 more run will score. And Sanders moved to third. It's an RBI single for Hamchuk. It is 4-0 Healdsburg. The Packers have 3 20-run games against non-league opponents this summer. The last one coming on July 4th. That's the last non-league opponent they've played. Bravo at the plate. 2 for 6, 3 runs back on Monday in his last appearance. I guess technically his last appearance was the All-Star game on Wednesday. Went 1 for 5, 3 strikeouts and a stolen base, and was named Defensive Player of the Game after recording 4 putouts in center field. 0-1, just outside. Up and down the order, so many of these guys pacing the CCL or top 5 in the CCL in league play in many offensive categories, Bravo included. He's top 10 in average and hits, along with RBIs, where he's second in league play. He's tied second with Hodo, with 23 in CCL play. Looking for another RBI here. Sharply hit under the third baseman's glove into left field. It's another RBI for Bravo. That is number 29 on the summer. Hunter Duro at the plate. He had his first extra base hit in 6 starts yesterday, but he has at least 1 in 8 of his past 17 coming into tonight, and he recorded another in the first inning. So now 9 of his last 18 games, at least 1 extra base hit with the San Jose State product. Interestingly enough, 2 for 5 yesterday with a double, a run, and a stolen base. He only had 1 stolen base in 146 games over 4 seasons in college, and he said that 1 stolen base was actually supposed to come on the next pitch, and he just went early. Crushed out to center field, caught by Thompson. The runner will tag to third, no throw to third, and a productive out for Duro. So the 1 steal in nearly 150 games that Duro had was supposed to come on the next pitch, but he stole 1 pitch early and it worked. Duro's San Jose State teammate Hamchuk moves to third, Bravo at first, and Sharpio at the plate. Sharpio is on fire as of recently. Made the All-Star game. That continued into the Midsummer Classic. He's hitting .529 over his past 5 games and went 2 for 5 and an extra base hit in that All-Star game. The two-way player has been excellent on both sides of the ball. He has yet to allow an earned run, yet to allow a run period in 4 appearances so far this summer on the hill. Runner going over the second. That's a double steal. And now Hamchuk with a stolen base. He scores. And excellent base running from the pack as Bravo is safe at second. Talking about stolen bases, Robbie Hamchuk only with 5 stolen bases over his 4 seasons in college ball. And chopped over past the diving third baseman far. That allows the runner to get to third. Hamchuk, 3 stolen bases in 139 games in college. He has 6 this summer. So both those guys, not used to stealing bases, but both stealing bases so far this summer. Single for Sharpio. Bravo moves to third. The score is 6-0. couple of games ago, the Pack scored 3 runs in 3 different innings. They have 3-run innings in the first and second frames tonight. Brett Auer at the plate. First team All-Big West out of UC Santa Barbara. Originally started his college career at Arizona State. Had home run yesterday in the middle innings. His first homer of the summer after appearing in 7 games in the Cape Cod League with the Brewster Whitecaps. 2-0 upstairs, taken for a strike. A late strike call, but it was the correct call according to TrackMan. Brett Auer grounded out in his first plate appearance back in the first. Sharpio on first. Bravo at third. Sharply hit past the leaping second baseman Zertucci into right field. It's another RBI for Brett Auer. Another RBI for the Pack, and it is now 7-0 here in the second. The Packers have at least 10 hits in 10 of the 12 games during this win streak, and they've had at least 12 hits in each of their past 4 games. Pitch is taken for a strike. Slammed out to left field. The left fielder going back, and now the center fielder leaping up. He makes the catch. An excellent play by Thompson. It was hit in the alley in left center field. It's a excellent play by the center fielder. Took away extra bases from Kramer. My apologies. Lost the ball there. We have the grandstand, so the ball was skied in the air. Couldn't tell where it was going. It was actually the center fielder, Thompson, who had a beat on it. Brett Auer moves to second. Sharpio at third. Cameron Nickens at the plate. Upstairs. Nickens, who we did not see yesterday, last appeared on Monday. A multi-homer game for him, his second of the summer. Swing and a miss. He's tied for first in the CCL with 5 homers in league play, 7 homers overall, along with 27 RBIs. It was only fitting he competed in the home run derby during the All-Star break. Tap to the third baseman Farr. Charges, throws to first. It's in time. But the Pack tack on a couple more. It's 4 runs on 3 hits. Or on 4 hits. And we add to the third inning. It's 7-0 Pack on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
He's been in San Francisco for a couple of years. And Willie McCovey's invisible triple causes umpire Frank Driscoll to call for a 24-minute fog delay at Candlestick Park. First time ever, a fog delay in a baseball game, 1960 Candlestick Park. Willie McCovey's invisible triple. top of the third inning for the Legends from City College of San Francisco, right fielder number 21, Ryan Anderson.
We add to the top of the third inning. The Pack already up 7-0. And that's now 9 in the third hitless innings dating back to yesterday for Packer pitching. 7 pitchers have been a part of that 9 innings, 9+ innings. Josh Quinn, a double in the second inning, I should say. Oh, I'm going to shortchange him. 9 2/3 no-hit innings for the Pack. Anderson, who attended City College of San Francisco back in the spring, is undecided for the fall. He pinch hit for Hunter Friedberg yesterday in the 8th, struck out swinging. Guerin has allowed 1 base runner through the first 2 innings. It was a leadoff walk to Zertucci in the second. Poked foul down the first base side, count 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2. Yanked out to left field and out of play. Guerin, his 3rd summer as a Packer, was that one's grounded over the second baseman, throw the first in time. Appeared in 2 games last summer. 4 innings, gave up 3 runs and 8 strikeouts. Had an excellent 2021 summer for the Pack. Antonio Nana now at the plate. Guerin, a 1.55 ERA, led the team with a 7-0 record back in the summer of 21. Expected to see 2 Pacific products today, or I should say, 1 former Pacific product. That's Caden Duke, who's now in the transfer portal making his Packer debut. He'll be on the mound for Healdsburg tonight. Slated to see Vaughn Moderer, Caden Duke, Carter Benbrook, and Brian McBroom. And that was as of a couple of days ago, so assuming nothing changed since then. Swing and a miss, and the count 1-2. Nana's at the plate, swings and misses. 5 strikeouts for Guerin. Averaging just over a strikeout an inning coming into tonight here in the summer. He is 5 through 2 2/3 innings. And in the 3rd hitless innings dating back to yesterday for the Pack. Hunter Friedberg at the plate. Started in the leadoff spot yesterday. 0 for 2 with a walk. Swing and a miss, and the count even at 1. The Packers, during this win streak, allowing less than 2.5 runs per game. 1-1. Right down the heart of the plate for a strike, and it's now 1-2. Friedberg thought it was a little high. According to TrackMan, he was correct, but still a strike nonetheless. According to TrackMan, it was a strike. 1-2 outside. The Packers, after scoring 1 run through 5 innings yesterday, and 4 through 6 innings, have put up 7 in the first 2 innings tonight. 2-2. Fouled straight back. week and a half or so, the Pack have really been crushing opponents. Only one of their past 7 games have been a 2-run or less contest, but it hasn't quite been as dominant as that 18-game win streak to start the season. Strike 3 called. It was on the bottom half of the zone, according to TrackMan, and Guerin with a 6th strikeout. We'll finish that point when we get back. For the bottom half of the third, it's 7-0 Pack on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
Cafe, open 9 to 2, 6 days a week, serving breakfast and lunch. Come down there, Mill Street, right next to the roundabout. Parish Cafe, voted best, Press Democrats Best of 2022 for their brunch.
When the night is come, and the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as he stands by me. So darling, don't stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall.
Leading off the bottom of the third inning from the University of Texas, catcher number 8,
It's 7-0 Pack to the bottom of the third. And for Healdsburg, it's 8-9-1 due up for the Pack. Schussler, Sanders, and Hamchuk. All 3 have reached via the walk tonight. Schussler has been excellent recently. He has 5 runs over his past 2 games, including the 3-run game on Monday, which was his first 3-run game at the college level since July of 2021 in the dirt. He's hitting nearly 400 over his past 8 games. Outside count 3-0. Malcolm Sue's final line, 1 inning, pitching into the second inning. 2 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, no strikeouts over 8 hitters faced. 3-0 from Murphy way outside. And back-to-back walks for Schussler to start his night. Second walk allowed by the right-hander tonight. Sanders at the plate. And looks like we'll get another pitching change. Only in the third inning, we've seen 3 legend pitchers. We'll tell you all about the new one when we come back. Murphy's night is done. Pitches into the third inning after coming in the second. It's 7-0 Pack on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
Coming to pitch, Lakeland University, number 10, Patrick Dixon. Travis Sanders.
Back here in the bottom half of the third inning, exit Murphy, enter the right-hander Cole Dixon out of Lakeland University. They'll be attending Whitworth University in the fall. With Lakeland, Dixon appeared in 14 games, a couple of starts, an 8.13 ERA for the Muskies. Last appeared in CCL play back on July 4th. 8-5 loss to Sonoma. Went 2 in the third innings, only gave up 1 hit. First pitch fires in for a strike. Murphy and Sue each lasted exactly 1 inning. Murphy is responsible for Schuessler at first. Sanders came around to score back in the second, reached on the walk. Only hitting .151 on the summer, 19 strikeouts, 5 RBIs. He's won for his last 18, now would be a good time to snap that streak. Instead, he's called out on the strikeout. First strikeout from Packers hitting tonight. Hamchuk back at the dish. Three in the first for Healdsburg, 4 more in the second. Hamchuk has led the way. He's reached base both plate appearances tonight. He's reached base in all 30 games he's played in this summer. Also with a 17-game hit streak when he starts. RBI single in the second. Stole home on the double steal, where Bravo advanced to second. Peeled out to the first base side and out of play. Hamchuk, who hit .378 back in 2022 for the Spartans. Now the pitch gets in front of Frois, and that allows the runner in Schuessler to move to second. Hamchuk hit .378 back in 2022. He was 5th in the Mountain West in 23 with 19 doubles and hit .300. Yet his name was not entered into the draft each of the past 2 years for many of the area scouts in the dirt. If you're unfamiliar with how the draft process works, one of the scouts have to enter your name into the draft. So not anybody could be called on draft days. 3-1. Taken for a strike. And just because your name is put into this, I guess you could say imaginary, I don't want to say imaginary, but just because your name is put into this draft, I don't know exactly what to call it, but just because you're put into that doesn't mean you're going to get drafted. It just means there's an opportunity for you to get drafted because one of the scouts thinks you're good enough to be draft eligible. Hamchuk reaches base for the 3rd time in 3 innings. A walk for him. The first walk from Dixon on the night. First pitch, chop on 1 hop, throw the second for 1 on to first. The throw is high. That allows another run to potentially score, but not in time. So a heads-up play. The first fielding mistake we've seen from either side this series, and it results in a big defensive play from the first baseman lead. The out at home is recorded. The Pack do not score in the 3rd. They lead by a touchdown. We add to the 4th. It's 7-0 on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
Alex in Detroit, Pearl's his 2nd no-hitter of the season. He fanned 17 batters, the most ever in a 9-inning no-hitter, including 8 straight. In the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs, Norm Cash, who had struck out 3 times, walks to the plate wielding a piano leg. The umpire, Ron Luciano, points out that was illegal, and Norm Cash makes the last out. 1973. No hitter.
Climbing up on South Street Hill, I could see the city light. It was growing down so still. Eagle flew out of the night. It was something to observe. Came close, I heard a voice. Standing stretching in the nose. That reason had no choice. I could not believe the nation. Just got to trust imagination. My heart goes.
Leading off the top of the fourth inning from UC Davis, first baseman number 29, Ryan Lee.
2-3-4 due up for Menlo Park. Lee, Frois, and Noah Zertucci. Lee struck out back in the first inning. Guerin back on the hill for his fourth inning of action. Big swing and a miss, and that's been the story of the first 3 innings. 6 punch-outs for the Pacific product. Coming off a tough season for the Tigers, swung on and missed. And that's strike 2. 0-7, a 7.43 ERA. Over 50 innings pitched, 51 strikeouts for Guerin back in the spring. Made 11 starts. 0-2. Floats outside and low, count now 1-2. Lee just completed his freshman year at UC Davis. Fouled off. He hit an even 200 over 31 games, 8 RBIs, no home runs. Swing and a miss, high heat from Guerin. Lee is down swinging for the second time tonight. That's 7 punch-outs for the right-hander Guerin. That brings up Frois. Frois also struck out back in the first inning, which ended the first. Packers pitchers have struck out exactly 7 hitters 8 different times this season. Guerin sits at 7 right now. Season high is 9, set by Wyatt Tucker back on July 5th. Frois down in the count 0-2. And even 11 hitless innings dating back to yesterday. And softly tapped over to the second baseman Duro for out number 2. Zertucci at the plate. The lone base runner for Menlo Park to reach tonight. Currently in the portal, reached on a walk to begin the second inning. Zertucci hitting .256 on the summer. Count now 1-1. He's appeared in 12 games, reaching base at a nearly 40% clip. Count moves to 1-2. Guerin looking for his 8th punch out of the night. The 1-2. Ripped out to right field. Bravo going back at the track, at the wall. And that one is gone. Noah Zertucci with a solo shot. And the hitless streak is over at 11 in the third innings. That one just 88 enough over the right field wall. And a 2-out solo shot for Zertucci. And the score now 7-1. Thompson at the plate. Zertucci's first homer of the summer. His 12th RBI. Thompson popped out foul for the first out in the second. Upstairs, it's 1-0. Guerin's career high is 7 strikeouts at the college level. That won't be a strikeout, that will be an out, but not before Zertucci puts Menlo Park on the board. A solo shot out to right field. Score now 7-1. We head to the bottom half of the fourth on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
Wonderful group of host families to take all of these young athletes in to spend the summer with us. Big round of applause and tip of the cap to all of our host families. We thank you so much. Hitting off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Prune Packers, San Jose State University, second baseman number 16.
7-1 Pack. To the bottom of the fourth we go. It's 3-4-5 due up for the Pack. Duro 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI double back in the first. Hitting .443 on the summer. Takes inside, just above the belt, count 1-0. Dixon, 8 innings so far. He's appeared in 6 games, 2 starts, 2-1 with a 10 ERA. Flied out to right field. Anderson going back at the track, at the wall. That one hops the wall. Another extra base hit for Duro. Another double. And the leadoff man on for the Pack. The Pack have put the leadoff runner on in each of the 4 innings so far tonight. Hot hitting Sharpio at the plate. Redauer on deck. Sharpio with an RBI ground out back in the first. Singled back in the second and was stranded on third. 7-1 Healdsburg after the Zertucci home run to right in the top half of the fourth. The first hit the Packers have allowed in 11 innings. We've seen them with a hitless stretch of 9 innings before, a separate one of 5 2/3 innings last week. Taken for a strike 0-2. Against this Packers side, you're going to have to score a lot more than 1 run to win. Popped up over to the third base side. The left fielder coming in. The shortstop gives way, and Friedberg makes the catch.
Right next to UC Santa Barbara, first baseman number 27, Ivan Redauer.
Redauer at the plate. Drove up to Healdsburg on Thursday. His first full day in wine country was a good one yesterday, the 2-run shot in the 6th inning. Appeared in 7 games for the Whitecaps in the CCL. Went 2 for 20, a 100 average, 4 runs and 11 strikeouts. Throw at second. On the ground. The shortstop has it on the run, throw the first offline. A nice play by Nanez, but the throw was not on the line. It was off the first base bag. Runners at the corners for the Pack. Kramer, RBI double in the first, flew out to center in the second at the plate. Kramer will be attending Washington State in the fall, his 3rd college. Started at Santa Rosa, then at Cal State Northridge for 2 seasons. Kramer, 8 homers, 27 RBIs for the Pack this summer. 2 and 16 on the power numbers this summer. The runner going, chopped off the mound, throw the first in time. It's an RBI ground out for Kramer, and the score now 8-1.
How about UC Houston, left fielder, number 21, Cameron Nickens.
Cameron Nickens at the plate. Nickens hitting .383 coming into tonight. I mentioned the 7 homers, 27 RBIs. He was the number 1 seed in the home run derby a couple of nights ago. He hit 6 in the first round, but fell to the eventual runner-up, Dominic Hellman of the Santa Barbara Foresters, in that opening round. Nickens is 0 for 2 tonight, the only Packer not to reach base. Almost everybody else has reached at least twice. 7 of the 9 guys already have reached twice. Sanders has reached once. Nickens has yet to reach. All 9 starters for the Pack have reached the past 2 games, including on Monday where 7 guys reached at least 3 times. That's what the Packers offense has done recently. 3-0 off speed, 79 miles per hour, big swing and a miss from Nickens. 8 or 9 starters for Healdsburg have reached 11 of the past 12 games. 3-1. Sharply hit past the third baseman far. That will score another. RBI single for Nickens. It's an 8-run advantage for Healdsburg. 9-1 in the fourth. Schuessler at the plate. Schuessler has yet to record an at-bat so far this summer. Yes, or excuse me. Has yet to record an at-bat so far this game. I was looking at our chat. How hot is it there? I will check the weather for you right now. It hit the upper 90s, I believe. It is currently 90 degrees. I'm not sure what... The high was 99. Not sure what it was at first pitch, but thank you, Stephen Morgan, for the comment. For the question, I should say. Schuessler certainly used to temperatures reaching north of 100. He's from Llano, Texas, plays his college ball at Texas, hits him on the leg, and runners on first and second for Healdsburg. 96 first pitch according to my graphics partner Andy Campbell. Thank you, Andy. So Schuessler has gone to the plate 3 times and has yet to record an at-bat. The Packers have been hit by at least one pitch 19 of the past 22 games, although none on Sunday or Monday. 2 yesterday. Sanders at the plate. 1-0, chopped over to the third baseman. On to first, it's in time. We're 4 innings through. The Packers tack on 2 more. All 9 hitters have reached at least once, and all but 2 have reached at least twice. RBI ground out from Kramer, RBI single from Nickens. We add to the 5th, 9-1 Healdsburg on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
The Prune Packers is down at Healdsburg Avenue. The Healdsburger are caterers tonight. Number 15 for the Legends, University of Jamestown, DH 24, Alex Colbert.
Almost halfway home, it's 9-1 Packers. Tolbert leads off the inning. Tolbert struck out back in the second, Guerin back on the hill. Again, we're slated to see 5 Packer pitchers tonight. If Guerin completes the 5th, we'd be then slated to see 4 in the final 4 innings. Caden Duke first showed up to Rec Park today. Right now in the portal, making his Packer debut tonight. Not sure when we'll see him, as the guys down in the bullpen currently playing hacky sack, but we'll see him sometime tonight. 1-2. Off speed, swing and a miss. A new career high at the college level for Guerin. 8 strikeouts. He had a career high 7 at the time, back against the game prep Trojans. He did that twice this summer, including on opening day. A lot of success for Guerin against non-league teams this summer. Pitch down low to far. He's 0 for 1, flew out to end the top of the second. upstairs 2-0. Farr spent his junior year at Cal Lutheran, part of the conference tournament championship team. Appeared in 19 games, had 9 hits, a couple of doubles, 3 RBIs as well. Lutheran have had a lot of success the past couple of years, advanced to the NCAA tournament back in 2022. Not a lot of success for the Legends in this series against the Pack. 1 hit yesterday, 1 more tonight. 2-1. A high pop-up. The second baseman, DeRoe, gives way for the shortstop, and Sanders makes the catch for out number 2. Going back to our commentator's question, Stephen Morgan, talking with some of the players before the games, a lot of these players have played in temperatures around 115 degrees. Robbie Hamchuk said he played in that type of weather in travel ball out in Arizona. Swing and a miss to Anderson. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Anderson, who appeared back in the past 2 springs for the City College of San Francisco, hit .344 in the spring, and nearly an excellent play from DeRoe. Brudauer could not make the scoop, and Anderson, the third base runner tonight for the Legends.
From San Francisco State University, shortstop number 11,
Antonio Nanez at the plate. Nanez struck out back in the third, takes a strike here, count 0-1. Swing and a miss. Anderson reaches on the E4 according to the official score. Count 1-2. The Packers have been excellent defensively. Statistically wise, if you take out that third and fifth inning on Monday where they made 3 errors in those combined 2 innings. Sharply hit to the second baseman. Redemption for DeRoe. Tosses to the shortstop for out number 3. The Packers only 1 error in their past 46 innings if you take out those 2 frames on Monday. And we head to the bottom half of the 5th, 9-1 Healdsburg on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
Cafe is located in a house built in the 1890s. This unique setting creates an experience like no other in Healdsburg. They have ample seating outdoors and a covered wraparound porch with patio area. Healdsburg Parish Cafe. inning for the Pre-Packers.
San Jose State University. Center fielder number 1, Robbie.
Top third of the order due up for Healdsburg. Hamchuk, Bravo, and Duro. 9-1 pack. 3 in the first, 4 in the second, and 2 more in the fourth after a solo shot in the top of the fourth from Menlo. Hamchuk hitting .414 coming into tonight. Third in the CCL in average in league play. One for one tonight, a couple of walks, and 2 runs. Reaching base at a nearly 50% clip this summer. In CCL play, that is. Sprayed out to right center field, down for a hit. Hamchuk has reached all 4 times tonight. This is stat padding for the Packers tonight. Last night they were held quiet the first 5 innings, and then they exploded for 8 more in the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Bravo, who as I mentioned was awarded the Defensive Player of the Game in the All-Star Game, said he took home a bat, but it's much too heavy to be swung. Sprays that one out to center field. And a long run for Thompson makes the catch. A long retreat for Hamchuk, and a loud and far out number 1. Hunter Duro at the plate. 2 for 3 with 2 extra base hits tonight. Just outside. Dixon readies and fires. Ripped out to right field, down for a hit. Hamchuk races to third. Now the right fielder Anderson has some trouble with it, and Duro slides into second. The right fielder Anderson had some trouble with it as we await the scoring decision to see if that was a single reached on the error, and that's what it will be. Sharpio at the plate. Give credit to the Legends, that was their first error this series. It took 14 plus innings. Poked foul down the third base side. Sharpio 1 for 3 tonight, an RBI ground out in the first. Sharpio 2 for 5 on Monday. 2 RBIs credited to him on an E6 where he reached. Also appeared on the mound on Monday. Peeled foul down the first base side. The count is 2-2. Packers have been absolutely dominating at home as of late. Dating back to June 24th, 9 games, their average score 10-2 in favor of Healdsburg. 11-1 last Sunday, 13-0 back on July 1st, 9-0 yesterday. Strike 3 called. It was low according to TrackMan, but Sharpio was punched out. Second strikeout for Dixon, second time the Packers have struck out tonight. Redauer at the plate. He said yesterday it felt like he was playing backyard baseball. He loves Coach Gomes, loves his teammates, just trying to have fun and keep it light. Very impressed with the crowd yesterday, and he said Packers fans can expect him to give him his all each and every day. 2-0, ripped out to right center field, down for a hit. That scores another run. Redauer stays hot, his second RBI tonight, his fourth as a Packer. It's now 10-1 Healdsburg. 9-1 Healdsburg. Or 11-1 Healdsburg. My apologies. 2-run score. Hamchuk from third to Rowe all the way from second. And to correct that, it's a 2-run double. So Redauer now with 5 RBIs through his first 1+ game as a Packer. Joey Kramer steps up to the dish. He has 2 RBIs as well, the most recent one coming back in the 4th on the RBI groundout. One-0. Tapped foul, 1-1. Healdsburg, 18 runs on Monday, a CCL high for them. 11 runs tonight, 1-1 right in the back. Kramer hit by a pitch, and there's now runners on first and second for the Pack. Second time Dixon has hit a batter tonight. Nickens is at the plate. Nickens 6 homers, 18 RBIs coming into tonight over his past 15 games. Another RBI tonight. And he'll look for a couple more here. Single, flyout, single, strikeout looking, 2-run double from Redauer. Then Kramer hit by a pitch. Nickens and Sanders, the only 2 hitters for the Pack to not reach at least twice tonight. Nickens looking to change that, puts a charge into it out to left center field. Thompson under it, and he makes the catch in front of the warning track. The Pack add on 2 more. They leave 2 on. It's 11-1 Healdsburg on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
Bennett Owens right here has his beautiful, beautiful box of goodies from the cafe. A beautiful hat, a mug, gift card, a beautiful shirt. So he's going to be Bennett. The son of Gareth and Lynette is going to be drawing the winning ticket. Here he goes. You can see him right now. He's digging down deep. Don't look, don't look. Don't close your eyes. Close your eyes. There you go. Close your eyes. You have one? All right, here we go. All right, let's do the last 3 numbers. 792. 792. 792. Last 3 numbers. We got a winner right up here. 792. Check their ticket. Check their ticket, Devin. Check their ticket. 792. Last 3. beautiful. Here we go. Here we go. Hand it back. Thank you, Parish Cafe. Fantastic. Thank you, Bennett. Good job, brother. Here, you can have the rest of the tickets. Thank you, Gareth and Lynette, owners and Bennett of the Parish Cafe. Number 25, Andrew Benson. Correction coming to pitch. Number 25 from Tennessee, Andrew Bakey. Leading off for the Legends, top of the sixth inning from University of San Diego, left fielder number 23, Hunter Friedberg.
New pitcher on the hill for the Pack. We welcome you back for the sixth inning on the Prune Packers Baseball Network. 11-1 Healdsburg. Marv Guerin's night is done. Enter the left-hander out of Tennessee, Andrew Benke. Last appeared on Monday in the win versus Sonoma. Comes in with the nasty sweeper, which the bullpen catcher Ty Blakely called one of his favorite pitchers to catch on this team. Also comes in with the fastball and the change. He said his movement on the sweeper is as good as anybody's. That's Blakely on Benke. He relieved the starter Devin Kirby on Monday, went 2 innings, gave up 1 run which was unearned, a hit, 4 strikeouts, and a walk. Top third of the order due up for Menlo Park, Friedberg, Lee, and Frois. Those 3 have combined to go 0 for 6 tonight. 2-1. Tied them up outside in the count 2-2. Friedberg just graduated high school out of Lakewood, California. Attended St. John Bosco. Swing and a miss. Benke with 7 strikeouts over his first 4 2/3 innings as a Packer. Marv Guerin's final line, 5 innings, only 1 hit. It was a solo shot to Zertucci, 1 walk and 8 strikeouts, a career high at the college level for him. Ryan Lee at the plate. The UC Davis Aggie stands in. First pitch drops in for a strike. Great pitch from the left-hander. Appeared in 6 games for the Volunteers back in the spring. 5 2/3 innings, 10 strikeouts to 4 walks. He only allowed 2 hits and no runs. Excellent in his limited time with the Volunteers on the mound. And that's translated into the summer. Lee, who's at the plate, was a 4-sport athlete for the St. Francis High School Lancers. 0-2. Ring him up. Not quite. Usually when the catcher Schussler comes out from behind the plate like that, it's a strike. But my apologies, that's just inside. A strike according to TrackMan, but an extra pitch awarded to Lee. 1-2. That one misses high. So Lee competed in baseball, football, wrestling, and ran track and field back in high school. And he was named the outstanding male athlete his senior season at St. Francis. 2-2. Upstairs. He was also the track and field athlete of the year. Pretty good athlete. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a pair of strikeouts. And the 3-2. High heat swung on and missed. Second strikeout for Banky. He's faced 2, both punch-outs and Frois at the plate. Lee is awarded our first golden sombrero of the night. We may have more coming. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, or excuse me, the second. So right now the 1 to 2 hole hitters are 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts. But that's a hit for Frois. Friedberg 3 punch-outs, Lee 3 punch-outs, Frois 1 strikeout, and the second hit for the Legends tonight. Zertucci at the plate. Having a strong night at the plate. The only Legend who can say that. 1 for 1, a solo shot and a walk. Currently in the portal. Listed college coaches out there. Takes for a strike, and it's 0-2. Tucci attended William and Mary back in the spring. Chop through Fenner's.
Well, we had the great time to have the winning tickets drawn for the Parish Cafe. We really want to thank them again for supporting the Prune Packers, having making a great night with raffle tickets and all sorts of free beignet tickets that they were giving out. So another tip of the cap once again to the Parish Cafe. Bottom of the 6th inning for the Prune Packers from the University of Texas, catcher number 8.
8-9-1 due up for Healdsburg in the bottom half of the 6th. Cole Dixon back on the hill. Schuessler has yet to record an at-bat. 2 walks and a hit by pitch tonight. Wastes no time, chops over the third baseman far, and the throw offline. After a strong first game and a half fielding-wise for the Legends, they've committed 2 errors over the past inning plus. Schuessler has reached base all 4 times tonight. That brings up Sanders. Sanders is 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. Dixon, who's attending Whitworth University in the fall, his birthday is in 2 days, so happy early birthday to Cole Dixon. 0-1, outside. Shout out to Dixon, his favorite baseball team is the Oakland A's. For any of you usual listeners, you've probably gotten the fact that I'm a pretty big Oakland A's fan, so that brings a smile to my face, 1 and 2. His favorite movie is Moneyball. Mine too. I like the choice, Cole. The 1-2. Chopped over to the shortstop. Throws to second for 1. On to first. Not in time. Team in the Hamchuk looking to reach base for the 5th time in 6 innings. 2 walks and 2 singles. It's Duplantier at the plate. My apologies. Duplantier at the plate. Hamchuk's night is done. Stay hot as well. For 2 with a sac fly in the 5-run 7th yesterday, along with a walk for the Texas product. The speedy Duplantier chops it over to the shortstop. Nanez can't make the play, and both runners move up 90 feet. Now the throw off the line gets all the way to the right of the dugout, and Duplantier puts the brakes on, headed to second. Runners at the corners for Healdsburg. Also, Portera subbed in for Duro in the top half of the 6th, so Portera will be on deck. Hamchuk's night is done, reached base all 4 times, and Duplantier reaches on the error. Duplantier, coming into tonight, has reached base 16 of his past 28 plate appearances, a .571 on base percentage. He's on first, and Bravo at the plate. RBI single, a stolen base, and a walk tonight. First and third, Packers lead by 10. 1-2-4 for the Legends, 11, 12, and 1 for Healdsburg. And the 1-0 outside. 3 errors in this inning from the Legends. Duplantier, who now is at second, committed 3 errors himself back on Monday. That's according to point streak. Now, Sonoma Stoppers' point streak hasn't been great in terms of some of their scoring decisions, in my opinion. I think 2 of those should have gone to Duplantier. The other should have gone to Sanders. But point streak awarded all 3 to Duplantier, so that's how it's ruled, and they have the final say. 3-0. Skied out to left field. Friedberg ran back out, now comes back in, makes the catch, and Sanders will smartly elect not to tag.
Next, the University of Alabama. Number 12, Will Portera.
Portera at the plate. He wastes no time, grounds it over to the first baseman, steps on first for out number 3. The Packers strand 2, and they score none. We head to the 7th inning. It's 11-1 Healdsburg on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
The end of the 6th right now, so last call for the beer, wine, and merchandise tables.
Please, Mr. Coach, one more.
plate for the Legends.
San Francisco State University center fielder number 2, Nick Thompson.
Back for the top of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss to Nick Thompson. Thompson, Tolbert, and Farr. 5, 6, 7 due up for Menlo Park. They're combined 0 for 6 tonight. Upstairs 2 and 1. Thompson hitting .317 coming into the series. 18 games. But again, this Packers pitching is just a completely different animal to what Bay Area Collegiate League legends are used to playing. Inside, and it's a walk to Thompson.
Jamestown, PH number 24, Alex Tolbert.
Tolbert at the plate. Tolbert, 5 homers, 14 RBIs back in the spring. 33 games, a .230 average out of Jamestown. As I mentioned before, Jamestown, which is located in North Dakota. There's a couple of Jamestowns in the United States. That one in North Dakota. I was actually in North Dakota back in January. My dad used to be in the military, was stationed out there in Minot Air Force Base, in case any of you somehow know where that is. And I can tell you it was certainly an experience. It was January. The weather was quite warm for that time of year. It was about 20 degrees outside. 0-2, high heat, swung on and missed. There was a zoo in Minot. These animals were covered in snow, including these lions that were, or these tigers that were absolutely crazy. They were climbing up the chain link fences. They were all playing around. It was quite the scene in the middle of January, and you see a zoo with all these exotic animals. It was really cool. There was camels there. There was all sorts of animals. There were goats out, coyotes or wolves, not coyotes, wolves. My favorite were the tigers, though. That was quite a sight. They were play fighting with each other. It's pretty cool. Tolbert 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts tonight. The runner bluffs, stays at first, called a strike, it's 0-2. Or excuse me, Farr at the plate, he's 0 for 2 as well. Shout out to one of the fans. It's a pinch hitter at the plate. My apologies. That's Jaden Mingus, I believe, number 17. That's 37, I think. That would be Andrew Silva. That is Andrew Silva. So Silva at the plate for Farr. Right back up the middle. Throw to the shortstop for 1, on to first in time. Just your usual 1-6-3 double play. We head to the bottom half of the 7th. Time to stretch here in Wine Country. The Packers up 11-1 on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
Double play right here to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Games. Cecilia Brenner and Lydia Louviere are going to be singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, a duet.
For the Packers.
Cecilia, fantastic. Bringing pitch for any legends from Menlo College, number 4, Jack Penbosh. Bottom of the 7th inning from Long Beach State University games for the 24, Connor Sharpio.
We head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Pack. Sharpio, Bredauer, and Kramer. New pitcher on the mound. It's Jack Bosch in for Cole Dixon. And the pitch ripped up into the left center field for a hit. I believe Silva is now at third base. And I think that's the only change right now in the field. Dixon's final line, 4 innings of relief, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 strikeouts and a walk. Sharpio with a pair of singles tonight. Bredauer with 3 hits. Pitch lofted upstairs, count 1-0. Ken Bosch just finished up his freshman year at Menlo College. He's appeared in 5 games this summer, and he's thrown 5 innings. His ERA sits at 27. To change his summer, starts tonight. But he's facing probably the toughest lineup he's faced all summer. I don't want to say probably, he definitely is facing the toughest lineup he's faced all summer. A Packers team that lost first team All-Big West Garrett Sundstrom in the 10th round to the draft, and they gain another first team All-Big West in Bredauer, who's at the plate. I can promise you it's not that easy to find somebody this good, unless you're Joey Gomes, who's worked his magic once again here in 2023, bringing over some of the best players on the West Coast. Bredauer said the big decision to leave the Cape and come over here was because of Joey Gomes. He's wanted to work with him for quite a while. He got the opportunity and jumped at it. Swing and a miss, he strikes out. And Kramer at the plate. Kramer, 1 for 3 tonight, an RBI double in the first. 8 of the 9 Packer hitters in the starting lineup have reached at least twice. Nickens, who's on deck, is the only one not to reach twice. But he is not on deck. That will be Alex Leopard coming in for him. Pitch upstairs and outside. First pitch, 12 p.m. tomorrow. As the Pack, if they can finish off this, they would be looking for win number 14 in a row. The Packers currently first in the CCL, 31-3, 22-3 in league play. starting on Tuesday and the Wednesday game on the road. The Crawdads sit 16-5 in the CCL. That's second, an overall record of 23-6-1. 3-0, tapped directly behind home plate, and the count now full, or the count now 3-1. Fernando Benuelos, my apologies if I pronounce your last name, it's 100 in Reno. Thank you for tuning in from Reno. Kramer works the walk, earns the walk. Leopard at the plate. Sharpio at second, Kramer at first, Leopard at the plate. Kramer 0 for 4 with a walk yesterday. Leopard 0 for 4 with a walk yesterday. Hitting .273 on the summer, a homer, 9 RBIs. Nickens' night is over, 1 for 4 with an RBI single. A quiet night for the Houston product. Check swing over to the pitcher, throws to first, and they get the out there. Both runners move up 90 feet, and Kimball Schuessler coming to the plate. Rio at third, Kramer at second, Schuessler at the plate. Schuessler 0 for 1 tonight, reached on an error, reached on a hit by pitch and 2 walks. Jumps at the first pitch in foul territory, and it's out of play. The smallest weekend crowd we've had tonight. I know it's quiet when I can hear myself speak, and when I know other people can hear me speak here in the vicinity. Some people filing out. A blowout game. It was a blowout from inning number 2. A touchdown to nothing lead for the Pack after 2. Then Menlo Park tacked on. Pack scored 2 more in the 4th. And they leave runners on 2nd and 3rd here in the 7th. They leave 11-1. We head to the 8th on the Prue Packers Baseball Network.
Sox manager Gene Lamont accuses Cleveland Indians slugger Albert Bell of using a corked bat. The umpires confiscate the bat and put it in the umpire dressing room. The Indians' Jason Gridley crawls 100 feet along the ceiling, drops down to the dressing room, and exchanges Bell's bat for one of Paul Sorrento. The Indians subsequently turn over one of Bell's bats. His caper is found out. Albert Bell is given a 10-day suspension. 1994, the great baseball bat caper. Coming to pitch from the University of Pacific, number 5, Caden Duke. The top of the 8th inning for the Legends. City College with San Francisco.
We head to the top half of the 8th inning. Caden Duke making his Packer debut as promised. Well, earlier in the week, it was supposed to be Vaughn Mauder, Benbrook, and McBroom. And Duke. We've only seen one of the 4 tonight, so I can't promise you who else we'll see, but Caden Duke on the mound. I have to say I'm about 90% sure McBroom will end it because he comes all the way from Antioch, about an hour-and-a-half trek to pitch. He only shows up on the days he pitches, and he's here tonight. So I'm pretty confident that McBroom will close out the game as Marv Guerin, the starting pitcher, walks below us on the concourse. 2-1 outside. Duke comes in with the fastball, curve, slider, and the change. Out of the University of Pacific, right now in the transfer portal. Allows a walk to Anderson. Leadoff man on for the first time, the third time tonight. 1 time in the 2nd, 1 in the 7th, now 1 in the 8th. Now Antonio Nana's at the plate. Final line for Benke. 2 innings, only 1 hit allowed, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Exit Benke, enter the right-hander Duke. Now Ty Blakely behind the plate for the Pack. 2nd time we've seen him so far this summer. I believe that's the only defensive change. Actually, Duplantier now in center. And the 1-2. Sharply hit over to the second baseman Portera. Chance for 2 on to first, and it's in time. Duke catching a break there as the runner on first couldn't run to second until he knew that ball was going to drop, and that wasn't a guarantee until the ball hit the dirt. Cooper Winton at the plate. Leopard also in left field. Fouled off. Friedberg's night is over, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Now that we've caught up on the defensive changes, the inning is almost over, but just to tell you a little more about Duke, 1-1 outside. Last appeared on May 16th against Sac State for Pacific. He was roughed up, 1 in the 3rd innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs. Those 4 runs tied the game in the 7th inning. It was an 18-15 loss as that one's blooped out into right field for a base hit. And Winton, after getting the start yesterday in the 9-hole, reached on a walk, a stolen base as well, reaches on the single here with 2 outs. Jackson Snitko, who we saw on the mound yesterday, now here for Ryan Lee, who finishes his night 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts as well. Snitko, an inning and 2/3 yesterday on the mound, gave up 5 runs back to Duke. It was an 18-15 loss the last game he appeared. They allowed 5 runs in the 7th, the Tigers, that is. Then they took the lead back in the top of the 8th, then gave up 9 runs in the bottom half of the 8th to go down 18-10 before scoring 5 in the top of the 9th, where the score ended at 18-15. Sac State on top in that one. 1-1. Tied him up inside. He got a piece of it. Fouled off down the first base side out of play. Stolen base for Winton. 1 yesterday and 1 tonight. Winton, a two-way player for the Tigers back in 2022. And he strikes out Snitko in his Packer debut. Apologies for not being able to speak more about him. A lot to do on the defensive side in terms of catching up on the scorebook. We head to the bottom half of the 8th. It's 11-1 Pack on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
5 degrees. See you tomorrow. Going to pitch for the Legends from Michigan Fishing College and Kenyatta College. Number 22, Kevin Sullivan. The bottom of the eighth inning for the Prune Packers, Texas Tech. Number 17, Travis Sanders.
We add to the bottom half of the eighth inning. It's 9-1-2 due up for the Pack. Sanders, Duplantier, and Bravo. New pitcher on the hill, it's Zach Sullivan. Spent his last season at Michigan College. He'll be attending Kenyatta College in the spring. Flied out to right field out of play. Attending Kenyatta College in the fall as well. Appeared in 8 games for Michigan back in the spring. 8 appearances. As I mentioned, 12 innings, a 12.75 ERA. All of those appearances out of the bullpen. Jack Ten Bosch's night is done. 1 scoreless inning, a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. The Pack coming into tonight after 2 one-run games against non-league opponents to start the summer. They're outscoring their non-league foes 98-14 over the past 7 games. That's an average score of 14-2. Tonight hasn't gone much different. It's 11-1. Packers pitching 11 consecutive hitless innings coming into tonight, going back from yesterday into today into the 4th inning. Flied out to right field, playable, and the right fielder makes the catch for out number 1. Tonight it's 3 hits for the Legends. The Packers have held their opponents to 2 hits or less in 5 games during this 12-game win streak. 3 tonight, 1 yesterday for Menlo Park. Changing up his walk-up song. Reached on an E6 back in the 6th, then reached second on an E7. Pitch runs inside. Sullivan, a 12 ERA so far this summer for Menlo Park. 17 runs, 12 of them earned. That's in 9 innings pitched, according to Game Changer. Outside, or taken for a strike, and the count 2-1. Again, shout out to the Menlo Park Legends on their website. taking screenshots of game changer stats and putting them on the website. Always helpful for a broadcaster if you're not using PointStreak to be able to allow us to access that somewhere. So a great website for Menlo Park. We appreciate that here from the Packers broadcast team. Their roster page is better than any other team in the CCL or any team we've played. They have the position, the year they just finished up in terms of college, what school they attended in the spring, what school they'll be in the fall, their number, batting and throwing. Really appreciate it. Second game of a 3-game set. As we're almost done with this one, Duplantier looking to beat out the throw, and he nearly does, but the throw was in time.
Arizona's number 7, Blake McDonald.
Blake McDonald pinch hitting for Bravo. You look at the top of the order for the Pack. Over the last 4 games, the 1-2 hitters in Hamchuck, Leopard, and Bravo. Yesterday it was Hamchuck and Leopard. Tonight it's Hamchuck and Bravo. Were a combined 8 for 35, a 229 average coming into today, with 6 RBIs and 4 strikeouts. And 3 of those RBIs came on a Hamchuck 3-run shot. Today it's been a lot better. Hamchuck reached base 4 times, 2 singles. Bravo reached base 3 times, only 1 single, so he went 1 for 4. McDonald at the plate. Last appeared on Friday, 2 for 3, an RBI single in the 6th. 8 of his 10 RBIs this summer have come in the past 9 games. He's played in 23 contests overall, a 238 average with 1 home run. 1-2, 2 outs. Sullivan, the pitcher, deals, ripped down the third base side. That's a fair ball. A long single for me. An RBI double yesterday, his first double of the season. 3 in the past 2 games. The 2 home run game back on Monday, a double yesterday. He's hitting 300 over his past 2 games after coming into the week. 2 for his last 21. 0-1. Taken for a strike. Struck out twice yesterday, a run and a hit by pitch. He grounded out to end the 6th inning, coming in for DeRoe. And I believe a balk issued on Sullivan, and that allows McDonald to reach second. Oh, 2 count, 2 outs. 11-1 Healdsburg. They've stranded at least 1 runner in each of the 7 innings, and at least 2 runners in each of the past 4 innings. 12 runners left on tonight, 14 the season high. That came in the extra inning game a couple of weeks ago on Friday night, if you don't count stranding 3 to end the inning. That's ripped out to right field, and that one is gone. Well, that one hops the wall, my apologies. It's really hard to tell out here whether it one hops the wall or not. That's a double for Portera. 4 extra base hits over his past 3 games after none in his first 14 as a Packer. So again, a double for Portera. I thought it bounced over and came back into play, but a RBI double. And that's RBI number 10 on the summer. Sharpio at the plate. It's now 12-1 Healdsburg. Sharpio, 2 for 5 tonight. And to finish that point, the Packers left 14 on. It was 17 officially, but one of those came with the bases loaded in the 11th inning. So, of course, they didn't finish the game. They finished the game with 3 runners left on, but they did not finish the inning in terms of 3 outs. It was the walk-off walk from Hodo which ended that game. So in my book, that's 14 stranded. Fifth pitcher of the night, and the pitch sails all the way to the backstop. Count now 3-1. Portera, who is known by his Alabama teammates as Jamopo, if you take his first name, his 2 middle names, and his last name, those are the first couple of letters from each of those. He's called many different nicknames off of Jamopo, including Poe, I believe Joe as well. I know Poe is one of them, Jamopo, and there's a bunch of other variations of Jamopo that his teammates call him. I'm pretty sure here in Healdsburg he's just known as Wilbo among the Packers teammates. 3-2, upstairs. A walk to Sharpio, and there's runners on first and second for the Pack, and Brett Auer coming to the plate. Brett Auer at the plate. 3 RBIs tonight after 2 yesterday. That pitch sails high all the way back to the catcher and Frois. Brett Auer, a 2-run double back in the 5th, an RBI single in the 2nd. 10 homers, 38 RBIs for the Gauchos back in the spring. Upstairs. Had the second longest hit streak on the team at 11 games. Also had 17 multi-hit games, which was also the second most on the Gauchos. Count quickly, 3-0. He was born in Olathe, Kansas. He spent his whole life in Kansas. On Point Streak, it says he's from Revere, Massachusetts, but he is indeed not from Massachusetts. I believe his parents are from there, some parental connection in terms of Massachusetts, but he is Kansas through and through. 4 times tonight, 2 singles, a double, and a walk, and Kramer for Healdsburg. Healdsburg have left Friday, July 7th in the 3rd and 7th innings. Fly out, ground out to start the inning. The last 4 hitters have reached. McDonald singled, pinch hitting for Bravo, reached second on the balk, then scored on the RBI double from Portera. Kramer a double last night, another double tonight. He has 2 RBIs, looking for a couple more here in the 8th. The Packers averaging 10-plus runs throughout this winning streak. They've put up 12 tonight. One, 3, and 4 for Menlo Park. 12, 15, and 1 for the Pack. Now at least 12 hits or more in their past 5 games, and that one is not straightened out. It falls foul. Kramer hit by a pitch tonight, walked in an RBI ground out as well. Alex Leopard on deck, Ty Blakely in the hole. Blakely has the catcher's pads on in case the inning is ended before he comes to the plate. He'll be back in the 9th inning. I believe it will be Brian McBroom on the hill to close it out, as he's done all summer long for Healdsburg. He's yet to allow a run for the Pack. but the Pack looking to tack on some more runs for him as the pitcher Sullivan falls on top of the hill, and the count now 2-2. He's had a rough outing after 2 quick outs to Sanders and Duplantier. He's allowed 2 walks, also balked. Homestand is on Tuesday, 6 p.m. against the Potters. The Potters, who took on the Independent Ball Summer League team in Medford Rogues today, scored 2 in the 9th to win that one 6-4. A couple of close games between those two sides. A couple of weeks ago, those two teams played. The Rogues won by 1 run in 2 of those games, including a walk-off. The Rogues had something like a 15-game winning streak or something like that heading into that last series against Lincoln. Popped foul down the first base side. On point streak, it says Lincoln defeated both the Rogues and they're playing the Crawdads as we speak. So I'm not sure if that Medford game was actually today or not, but right now they're defeating Walnut Creek 5-0 in the third inning. Crawdads side that I don't know if they've lost 2 straight games this entire summer. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got Kramer to swing on the off speed, and we head to the 9th inning. The Pack strand 3. And that's now 15 runners stranded tonight, a season high. And we head to the 9th inning on the Prune Packers Baseball Network.
4th intentional walk, held by Hank Aaron previously. 1999, Barry Bonds intentional walk leader.
No way!
Coming in to pitch from University of New Mexico, number 31, Brian McBrew.
And when I wake up, I recognize painkillers on the ponies in the trap, right? Thinking that it's the highlight. I tell my mama I love her in the mirror, hearing some of my record. I'm a gangster silence for the rep. Tell the world I know it's me. Words like girls are being happy. Down inside my face is all in. Words make me when you know, been down before. When I cried was low, looking at the world like, where do we go? When we hate poor, when it gets bad in the street, it's sure. I make a beat just there. My knees getting weak and the ball might blow, but we will be alright.
Leading out the top of the 9th inning for the Legends, California State University East Bay, number 16.
We head to the top of the 9th inning. 3-4-5 due up for the Legends, and it's McBroom to close it out. He has been sparkling so far this summer. 10 appearances. He's yet to allow an earned run. 14 innings, 14 strikeouts to only 2 walks. Frois at the plate, 1 for 3, an infield single in the 6th. He'll face Frois, Zertucci, and Thompson. Caden Duke's final line, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout in his Packer debut. McBroom last appeared on Sunday in the win versus Sonoma. He went 1 hitless inning, finished the game, and struck out 1. His walkout song, Kendrick Lamar's All Right. He said he's a very big Kendrick Lamar fan. He said one of his favorite albums is Humble. He loves the song All Right as well. If you didn't know,